Hello everyone! So here we are with the clips that happened this past month. I was running around in South Livonia and ran into someone's military tent. I hate this tent bug, where if you drop too many things on the ground, the inventory of the actual tent disappears. And then you have to move everything away to see it again. I wanted to see if you could drop the tent into the lake. I guess not. Two days later, I was running around in Topolin, south of the river, but just at the riverbank, and I found this little old thing. I spent all my ammo for the Sval, MP5K, and the MK2 on this wall, and had to beat it down with my combat knife. You know the rules, and so do I. All the good stuff has to be taken, and the rest has to be wrecked. I went the extra mile this time and made 3 fire barrels. And then I burned everything. Everything. But I didn't stop there. I removed the gate element from the wall, so it's just a regular old wall. And then I rebuilt the whole wall. If he logged out inside this base, he would be slightly trapped. He would have to jump to another server and then back to this one to get out. After everything was burned, it was time to rearrange the barrels. What the hell is this? Well, that's everything neatly packed. Time to server jump to another one and then back to this one. I swear the fish was this big, man. A couple of days later, I was running about, as you do, and I found this really big base. I logged another character, got my explosives, and ran to that base. And also, now I have 2 characters there, so I can loot twice as much. I put everything I wanted to keep into the boot of the car. I logged on the other character on another computer and filled its inventory with stuff as well. Everything else was thrown out and or destroyed. Again, you know the rules. And mission complete. Another base raided. I drove the car down to Dambog Bunker just to get there quicker. I am destroying the car while there, so there's a new spawn on the server. During this week, I had taken several days to lock every door in the bunker. I used up 12 lockpicks, I think. Someone was not happy about that. I logged on another character that's at the bunker and made a splint. 5 days later. I had nothing to do, so I bought another DayZ account. Number 16. In the middle of nowhere, I found a barrel. Now, what happened next, I don't have any video of, so I'll just keep this clip going in the background while telling the story. It was the next day. I was at work and in a remote meeting, and I decided to run this character to the base to equip it with the good stuff that I have stashed on the offline base pack mule characters. However, when I came to my base, I saw that the little AD of 4x4 was pushed out from the trees. I approached and hear footsteps inside the base where the Humvee is. Around the base, I had a lot of mines and bear traps, and in 3 separate places around the base, I could see sticks where the mines and bear traps were, so this guy must have gone into 3 of them. Now, this character didn't have anything, it was a new spawn, so I decided to just run into the base, all while being at work and in a meeting. I got shot in a second, but could just about see the guy in there. I relogged to the secondary farm character with good gear, and just as I log in and point my sval at him, we kill each other. So I log on to the main account, which is also in the base, and he's there dead. He had gotten a battery and a glow plug into the Humvee, and had loaded it full of stuff he wanted, so he was just about to drive out of there. He thought he had found the mother lode, which he had because the Humvee is the unicorn of this game, and he just lost it. All that work for nothing. Wrecked. So I destroyed the AD of 4x4 car, and then drove the Humvee out of there. So, I have now moved the Humvee away and tucked it in the woods. You can't see it until you actually run right onto it. I decided to have it as a storage space, and nothing else. And also, I still have it, and no one else has it. I destroyed all the doors, removed and destroyed all the wheels, destroyed all the fenders, and shot the engine to orange durability. If someone finds it, they're gonna have a hell of a time restoring it. It did take 6 years and 2 months for someone to find my base, though, so I guess it was in a pretty good spot. For now, I am going to resort to the offline base only, just having the Humvee and for storage, and 2 barrels, 1 for water, and 1 as a fire barrel to cook. The offline base will be 7 accounts with characters having all the good stuff as pack mules, and I'll just keep the day-to-day usables in the Humvee and in the water barrel. A couple of days later, I'm server hopping to get a random spawn point. You can see it because the timer is over a minute long. What I usually do once I get into the server again is run to the nearest bushes or trees because I don't want to stand around checking the GPS out in the open. So I run to some bushes and there's a barrel. Full of stuff for using in static contaminated zones, and also a punched card, so I guess this guy was going to the bunker as well. Later on, I was running about in Topolin again, and I see this. And now that door is closed. So what happens here is I log out. I have no defense against someone doubling back and coming up behind me. Just as I'm logged out, I see the server player count has gone from 2 to 0. So we both logged out. I log back in immediately, but there's no body to be found. I did probably scare the shit out of him though, so there's that. I ran around the whole place and checked all the streets and buildings, but there was nothing. I sent this clip to one of my friends so they could listen, and apparently there's a pack of wolves bugged in the water. From what they're telling me, it also sounds like they're taking damage. Some weird stuff going on here for sure. "20 minutes later, I'm at this little military location, followed by wolves, which I had no idea about. I mean, I saw on the spectrum analyzer that there was something, but I kinda thought it was zombies outside. "5 days later, I'm server hopping back to my server and start running to my Humvee location, and I spot a car in the bushes. It had everything in it to just drive it away. I will never understand how people just leave the battery and the spark plug in the car like that. I mean, there was 4 other players online on the server right then, so I guess he could have left it there to go farming in that nearby town. Nevertheless, I now have 2 barrels and another car that I will destroy. I mean, it's the law." If you drive a car outside of the map, off the edge, you die. I wanted to see what happened if it gets pushed over the edge. Still in good condition though, so I guess nothing happens. and it finally died. This is 6 days later. It's a bit of an odd one. Talk about rolling the random dice. I was just out running in the wilderness to the south of Livonia, and just south of Topolin, I found something. When I run around, I keep running through the long brushes instead of straight out in the field, even if it takes me longer. And sometimes, you find treasure. Hello there! A green AD of 4x4 car and 5 sea chests. You can only fit 3 sea chests in the car though, so I put everything I wanted to keep into 3 of them, and tossed everything else on the ground, as you do. This guy is clearly a bunker dweller. So I drove the car to my Humvee spot, unloaded everything, got the 3 sea chests onto pack mule characters that were holding bags, so that they're holding sea chests instead. Lots more inventory overall. When I was done with that, I took the car and went back to get the last 2 sea chests. So, this is 1.5 hours later, and we're back at the spot where I found the car and the sea chests. I decided to leave the car in the woods instead of driving right onto the spot with the chests. And when I arrive, the 2 last sea chests are gone, along with a lot of stuff that was on the ground. I guess whoever owned this stuff is not a happy panda right now. So I went back to the car. 3 sea chests and someone's car isn't all that bad, though. And then I did what any sane person would do. I pushed it into the river, of course. It was a bit of an experiment. I wanted to see if the server deletes the car and spawns a new one if it's underwater, or if it stays there. Spoiler alert, it gets deleted. Which is too bad because I could have taken all the cars and put them in the river so that there were no cars on the server. I'm sure that'd be well received. The next day, we had a little bit of a bear scare. Does a bear shit in the woods? I guess we'll never know. And look at this little one just having a bath. Five days later, I ran straight onto someone's truck, parked in the woods. And there were 2 fully working cars as well. But we can't have that, can we? This has to be rectified immediately. But I've said it before. Who's stupid enough to leave all the batteries and spark plugs in their vehicles like this? Both cars and the truck are just drivable straight out of here. I decided to come here with another character, with some more ammunition, and as little gear as possible just in case someone shows up. So, this is what I'll bring. As little as possible. So the truck is now destroyed. I decided to log out for 5 minutes to see if the truck despawned. If it despawns, no other player is within 1 kilometer of here, and I can relax a bit. The truck has despawned, so that's good. There we go, it's dead. Just the last one to go. I'll use it to drive myself closer to where I'm going before destroying it. Well, that's it then. This one is also a goner now. 1 truck and 2 cars to be freshly spawned on the server on the next restart in a couple of hours. The next day, which is the last day of the month, I found another base. Not very well hidden, if I may say. So I, of course, got back to my base, loaded up on explosives to take out those 2 walls. 1 hour and 40 minutes later, I'm back at his base and ready to go ballistic on this shit. guy had a lot of stuff, just not a lot of good stuff, but I'll take what I can get. The important thing is the break-in and showing who's the boss lady of this server in it. So I'm just loading up the car with everything that I want to keep, and I just toss the rest. Dude, that damn windshield though. What did this guy do to this poor car? Listen, okay? I was just gonna check the GPS, that's all. And then the game really became Running Simulator 2025. Well, there's the GPS out at last. Holy shit. And that's that for this month's clips, but it's been a really lucrative month in terms of stolen things and loot. Until next month, unless I see you on the Twitch live stream,